There's lots of room down the front if you want to come and sit on the grass and mats. My kid's got a pillow here if anyone's wanting to relax.
Blend in, we won't bite you.
I would like to introduce Janine, a Western Waka Waka woman, the daughter of Sharon and niece of Shannon and Conrad Bowens, who will welcome us on country.
Alright, Gambadari everyone. Hello and good afternoon. I hope everyone has had a good day so far. My name is Janine Meyer and I am an extremely proud Western Waka Waka woman from the Waka Waka Nation. I am one of the many traditional custodians of the land that we are all gathering on today. Some of you may have heard the name Jarawa, and that is another name that we are known by. This name was given to us and means givers, as we were partaking in hosts at the Bunyinut Festival, and this happened before colonisation, and we would share and trade some of our beautiful bunyinuts. My great-great-grandmother Jane was Western Waka Waka and of Darlo descent, sister to my uncle, Harry Darlo, who is known as Uncle Bunda. My personal line then continues down through Granny Jane's daughter, my great-granny, who was born Phyllis Tabane, and her oldest daughter, my Nana, who was born Sandra Tabane. I'm the only child of Nana Sandra's second eldest daughter, Sharon. My mother, Sharon, is here with me today, and I am very thankful to be sharing today with her, and not only her, but all of you as well. I adore and love my mother so dearly. She has shown me how to be strong in the best moments of life, but she has also taught me how to be strong in the worst. Her resilience is an inspiration, and her kindness and compassion is a blessing. I am grateful for my mother and all she shares with me, and I would like to publicly thank you for all you have done and all your sacrifices. So my mother's mum, Nana, was one of our elders, and she gave me permission to be here and represent our people before her spirit was set free and reunited with our ancestors. She was a fierce woman, a jungle for a garden, a talent in the kitchen, and a sense of humour that was able to keep up with my generation's jokes. I always share the names of my family members as it keeps their memory alive and it helps give you all a sense of where I've come from. To everyone that is meeting here today, whether you live here or are visiting, whether this place is familiar to you or new, to all elders, aunties, uncles and First Nations people, to all families and children, all Australians and anyone who is here from other parts of the world, my ancestors have walked and nurtured the beautiful land we're gathering on today for thousands of years. And on behalf of all of my people, it is an absolute honour and I take pride in welcoming you all wholeheartedly to our traditional home. Footprints were left by so many in the soils marking our history. The footprints tell stories of wonder, strength and triumph, but also bloodshed, anguish and sorrow. I'd like to take a moment to pay my respects and show acknowledgements to not only all of my ancestors and elders, but also all of yours. Our people from the past, whose footprints are forever etched in these soils, are people that are currently making their footprints now in the present, and for those in the future who are emerging and taking their first steps. A welcome to country is not just a tick on a box of a sheet of paper we do before an event is held. We do this because country, Australia if you will, is our God. You are walking on a forceful energy full of ancestral spirits. This is our religion, our traditional customs, and our law, and although we have evolved over time, country is still the same presence she always has been, growing more louder and more forceful by the day. So we do these welcome to countries to show acknowledgements and respect to the traditional owners of the land of which the event is taking place on. We welcome all visitors, new and old, regardless of if there is any ownership. This is one of our traditional ceremonies and it dates back to times before colonisation. The law of the land would be explained and safe passage would be granted. The ceremony could vary from clan to clan and in traditional times this could sometimes take months. The best way I've heard it explained is to think of it as knocking at someone else's door. Whether you know these people or not, it is courteous to wait to be invited in before entering. You may not be able to use a particular mug or go in a certain room. You might even have to take your shoes off before entering their home. But despite what the rules are of the homeowner, they should be respected and followed. Our Indigenous cultures are amongst the oldest living cultures in human history. We are a caring community of people with different traits to individualise us. But together we are one, we stand as one, and we love as one. We walk the earth with gratitude, living together in harmony while dreaming, and we taught and shared our beliefs on the land through stories, song, painting, and dance. We take pride in our sustainability, and we deeply value our spiritual connection and belonging within the land and our people of the past and present and our oldest elder country. Country is a very deep part of our soul, and it can severely damage and deteriorate our quality of life without being connected, without realising it. Our heritage maintained a balanced relationship with country, only taking what we needed without any waste. We used what was provided for us, and we provided back. We have an obligation to care for the land the way it has cared for us. Continuing this cycle is so crucially important because it is part of our identity, and for anything to thrive, it needs nurturing and nourishing. Country is our mother, our caregiver, our nurturer, the one we pray to, worship, and follow. We ask her for permission and advice. She has opinions, and she talks back, with beauty and with destruction. I know a lot of you have probably heard my welcome to countries before, and I'd like to say I can appreciate that some of the words are the same. But I choose to continue using the words that I have written from the deep parts in my heart, as I feel they best represent what I aspire to do, which is share my knowledge on who we are as a whole. I don't know everything, and I never will, but my goals are to continue to learn and share by listening to what those around me have to say and by implementing our truth with a voice that won't be silent. I am proud of who we are and who I've become, and I'm proud of my people's resilience and strength. The beautiful soils surrounding us, the hills, the trees, the waterways, the skies, they all hold our stories. We're here to commemorate the battles that were fought along these escarpments of our breathtaking Miwa. And I'd like to take a moment to pay my respects to Miwa and all those that fought alongside Multugerah while defending their home. I offer this smoking ceremony, another traditional custom that I'm very happy that is becoming more common. And for those that, if there are any that are unfamiliar with this, these smoking ceremonies can be used for a number of reasons. Some are burial or celebration, warding off the bad spirits, healing or cleansing, and it is also a gesture of goodwill and bringing people together. We believe the smoke has the ability to provide protection, so we use Australian native plants to smoulder on the hot coals. A lot of different cultures use these smoking ceremonies, and it is a very spiritual ceremony for all. The smoke lets our ancestors know we're here, and we believe it is an important part of connecting all that participate with country and keep them safe from any of these spiritual beings with ill intentions that are residing in our land or waters. We bring the elements together, earth, air, fire, and water, and we live hostilically with these elements. When you smell of country, it tells the spirits that you are here to cause no harm. My chosen native plants are eucalyptus gum, gumby, and sandalwood. There are copious amounts of gum species. I have ironbark and coolabah. Plants from the eucalyptus species can be used for medicinal purposes, and the trees represent a division to the underworld. Eucalyptus also has a purifying effect, and it symbolises strength, protection, and abundance. I also have a personal preference for gums because I find them to be grounding, and Mum always had me hugging them on the way home from school, didn't you, Mum? Gumby is used for medicinal purposes. Its fruit wasn't considered a food source, but instead a bush medicine used to treat coughs, colds, and eczema. Teas and tonics were the most traditional ways to ingest this medicine, but today we get pills and creams. Sandalwood is used for spiritual purposes and symbolises vitality, which invokes strength and energy. It improves mind's clarity while prompting calmness and can be used to enhance meditation and enhance spiritual awareness. It is also used for medicinal purposes in different cultures, including ours, to treat things such as insomnia or stress. We also use this scent to relax and go walkabout. My intention for you from the smoke that surrounds you is to reconnect you with this country and cleanse this space and yourselves of any negative feelings or emotions that have become trapped. Inhale the history, exhale peace, love, and unity. May it cleanse your physical self, spirit, and mind. Let the smoke ward off any spirits with ill intentions. And again, it is an absolute honour to be here with you all today. Thank you for having me and for listening to everything I have to say and share. I look forward to hearing from everyone today and from learning more. My ears are always listening. Thank you all and have a brilliant afternoon.
Woo!
tribal custodians of this land, both past and present, and express my gratitude for the care and voice they have given country. This land was not ceded, always was and always will be Aboriginal land. As a woman of English and Australian heritage, I acknowledge the devastation experienced by First Nations people from colonisation. I'm committed to reconciliation and pathways of healing through my family and community work. My husband's family are Quandamooka, and we raise our daughters here on Jarowair, Guyabul and Western Waka Waka country. As Janine mentioned, this country is the home of the Jarowair people, who host many special occasions here, and in particular hosted big festivals at the Bunyas for thousands of years. It makes sense that this weekend begins the Carnival of Flowers, a month-long festival that we recognise the spirit of Jarowair is still alive in the trees on this country. I'm a member of the planning committee, and in preparing for today's service, there are many moving parts, and the consultation is continuous and rewarding. On behalf of the committee, I would like to express our gratitude to those in the First Nations community who continue to share their stories and knowledge. We recognise the fatigue that comes from sharing your stories over and over again to new groups of people who are curious about our place-based history, asking questions, and you continue to share your stories whilst the change can feel slow to emerge. Thank you for your wisdom, respect, and continuing to trust us. Australia's colonisation is a story of invasion, survival, and resistance. Truth-telling is important because it's part of healing, and sharing out and talking about our shared history is a way for us to move forward together. Today I'm co-hosted with local schools who have been in contact with us throughout the year to participate in today's service. My co-compare next to me will be Banjo.